poet, an editor, an artist, and a teacher. I've been teaching at Clark College since 2005, and I've been teaching creative writing since about 1997 or 98. I attended Naropa University in Boulder, Colorado, and more specifically the Jack Kerouac School of Disembodied Poetics, which was founded by Allen Ginsberg and Anne Waldman in 1974. And the school is there to bring Western and Eastern ideas together. So in the same way that in the Tibetan Buddhist tradition there is this idea of a transmission from teacher to student, in the poetry, for the poetry instructors at the school is that same idea of poetic elders and apprentices, and some kind of transmission of knowledge or energy between the two of them. And I think that that was really helpful because once I began teaching myself, it was less about feeling that I had this incredible knowledge to pass on, and it was more about a conversation with a peer. That's how my teachers were with me, and that's how I try to approach it now, is I have some information to share, certainly some experience, but the main difference between the teacher and the student in that kind of a tradition is a matter of one maybe being further along the road than the other one, but not a matter of, you know, wise versus ignorant. That would be something that I think most of my teachers and most of the poets that I've known would think is kind of silly, because poetry is an exploration of your universe and of life. So it's, you know, there's a certain openness that comes along with that it actually works really well for students, because, you know, no one likes to have the finger wagged at them telling them how much they don't know. I mean, no one really responds to that. There are different kinds of classes that I've taught, but the classes I'm going to be teaching here in the fall are both creative writing, so I'll try to speak to that. I mean, in a creative writing class, it's more about helping people to realize that they have something to say. Just like anything, if you're too strict about the wrong things, then it's going to kind of squash the energy in the classroom. You know, I really believe in the Joseph Campbell thing of follow your bliss, and the thing is, the people who do actually live that way, you know, whatever it is that they end up doing for money, they feel less like they have somehow, you know, allowed their soul to be destroyed to earn the money. So even if they get to something that's not like their ideal or dream, if they're in the right ballpark, they're still happier than that person who is, you know, whatever, doing a service industry job that they hate, or something that doesn't feed them, doesn't serve them in some way.
Absolutely.
I mean, when at a certain age, it's really hard, especially when if the student or the child doesn't have financial independence, which often students don't. It's a lot easier for the parents to influence things, or just to outright say, you're not going to do this. But at whatever point in your life you get to the point where you're not checking in with your folks to make those big decisions, that's when you really find out what it is that would make you happy. And one of the cool things about continuing education and about undergraduate education is that it's an opportunity for people to you know, sort of try different things, and you know, because a lot of people of different ages are not, it's not a matter of them being told that they can't follow their passion. They haven't figured out what their passion is yet, so they're exploring that. And I love, you know, learning environments where that's encouraged, is to, you know, is for people to explore. And even, you know, that's one of the great things about Clark College in general, is that people are, you know, they may not have ended up there entirely by choice, but once they're there, there is this opportunity to sort of dip your toe in a bunch of different areas and then sort of find your way. And that's what community college and college is really supposed to be about. So, and as far as continuing ed, you may be dealing, and mature learning, you may have students who are ready to follow their bliss, and, you know, just need that sort of nudge in the direction from a teacher, hopefully hopefully a teacher whose passion will inspire them or interest in the subject will inspire them. I mean, that's my hope with creative writing. It's not as important to me what the student is writing. It's important that they are writing. And so if I can foster that environment in which they'll feel comfortable writing about whatever it is that they're moved to write about, then I feel like I've done my job. I mean, there's so many other issues you could talk about, but your basic job is getting people to that place where it can happen. To me, that seems like the biggest obstacle most students of writing will face, is just how do I get this going? And most people who are, if that is their bliss, if that is their thing or their passion, once you sort of open the floodgates, then workshops after that become about getting feedback from writers you trust, getting new ideas about how to, but most people, once you get them started, it's hard to stop them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So.